Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at the Brighton Hot Dog Shop in Beaver. Gino DeMarco's wife, Cheryl, is actually shooting this video on the Samsung Galaxy 7, available at your neighborhood AT&T store. Rethink Possible. And Gino DeMarco, head coach of Geneva. But Dan D'Antonio is here to talk about the CJ Betters Holiday Basketball Classic. I'm talking fast because we have a lot of stuff to get to. It's coming December 29th and 30th to the CCBC Golden Dome. Dave Ambrose, his significant other, his partner in this whole thing, is not.
No, he's the boss. I'm just the underling.
You are a boss. And he is not here tonight, but he will be with us on the radio, as Dan will, December 23rd at 6:30 a.m. on News Radio 1020 KDK. All right, Pine Richland, you're a Notre Dame grad.
Oh.
I love my Pitt Panthers and all these other teams, but I got this Holtz connection, Notre Dame. Phil Jerkovic, state champion Phil Jerkovic, is going to be at this tournament, but he's also, maybe, fingers crossed, going to Notre Dame.
Sometime in the early signing period, December 20th to 22nd, we're hoping he signs a letter of commitment to attend the university. Make his commitment to Notre Dame.
What a player, and obviously Quaker Valley and Jeanette also winners in Hershey this past weekend. Congratulations to all of them. Okay, it's going to be happening, as I mentioned, December 29th and 30th. Please get there. Scholarships is what it's all about. Before we talk about the team's 26th annual, talk about the scholarships. This is the real reason this thing is every year so big.
The thing about this is, this started with the high school principal and Dave Ambrose going hat in hand to CJ Betters and asking him for some help to make the tournament different. And that year it was 4 teams in the Center High School gym, and he agreed to fund one $500 scholarship for a deserving senior on each team. When the tournament moved to the Dome a year later, it went up to 8 teams, and he agreed to continue to fund a $500 scholarship for one player on each team. It's a story, if you want to get into it, about how it evolved into a foundation because CJ decided we need to do more. And he took it upon himself to lead the way. And that year he told Dave and I, he said, the scholarships, we're going to have 12 teams. The scholarships are going up. And there's 8 boys, 4 girls teams. And the scholarships are going to go up to $1,000. Well, he liked the reaction he got to that so much. The next year he comes back and he says, make it $2,000. This is the honest to God truth. They were passing out the scholarships at the end of the tournament one year, and he was so pleased with everything. They forget the 2, it's going to $2,500. And then he said, by the time we got to the 25th anniversary, he wanted the scholarships to be $5,000. So of the 12 teams in the tournament, there will be one $5,000 scholarship going to a deserving senior member of each team. And it's not just based on their athletic capabilities. It involves their academics, their role in the community, what they give back. I mean, it's a very comprehensive evaluation. And these are great kids.
They are.
These are tremendous kids. These are the kids, what I like to say about it is I really encourage, I was telling you before, Division II and Division III coaches, any sport, come and see these athletes. These are the kids that are going to be difference makers in your program. And on top of it, these are the kids, you fund them with an education. Hopefully they're going to become the doctors, the businessmen, the lawyers, the governmental leaders to lead us, maybe cure cancer.
Listen to me. This is what happens when you do any show with an Italian. I grew up with them. They just talk. Now, this is kind of fitting. This is almost like we're in a court of law and you're defending me. You know what I mean? Side by side.
You need more than just
I
me.
know. I would never tell you to be quiet, but as my mother would say, stut to Z. We got lots more to get to. And by the way, CJ Betters, love him. Much love. Known the family forever. And he's doing something incredible. CJ Better Enterprise with the Willows Hotel just down the road. You and I are very familiar with that. Mr. George Sindrich built it. It was the showpiece. He is bringing it back. And Chuck, all I can say is the way things have been going, I'd be more than happy for room and board to clean. I'm great with the sweeper, and I love taking out the trash, so put a good word in.
Well, I have a daughter who's going to be getting married probably in 2019, and I think she's already talking to them, so I don't know.
And
there isn't anything that CJ doesn't do that isn't top shelf first class.
He's a great guy. All right, now let's talk about these teams quickly. Aliquippa, what do we got?
Well, you know what? We've got 5 of the 8 boys teams in the tournament, and I don't mean to slight the girls. It's just I'm not.
We're going to talk about the girls' teams though.
They are 5 of the teams appeared in the top 5 rankings in the Tribune Review in their classifications. Aliquippa, what do I have it down here? Aliquippa's number 1. Lincoln Park's number 2. Pine Richland and Butler in 6A are 1 and 2. Central Valley is number 4. So, I mean, a couple years ago, you were always shocked. We actually had 4 of the 8 finalists in the WPIL championship were in our tournament. And it was one heck of a rocking tournament that year, too.
Don't forget Beaver Falls. New coach, same Beaver Falls.
You know, the thing is, when you look at teams like Beaver Falls and Aliquippa, there's a great athletic tradition there. There's a great athletic resource. They don't rebuild, they reload. And there, you know, I always hear, well, you don't got this, you don't got that, it's new. You know what? These are kids that love to play the game, that make their game. I always say, for all my experience in high school athletics, basketball teams are made in the summer. You go into Beaver Falls or Aliquippa in the summertime, you're going to find the courts on the streets packed, and these kids, they play hard, and they play guys that are bigger and better than them, and they bring that same savvy to the gym when they come to play high school basketball.
Aliquippa, Beaver Falls, Butler, Central Valley, Lincoln Park, and also we mentioned Pine Richlands and Phil Jerkovic will be there. But Penn Hills, too.
Oh, yeah, but you know what?
Go ahead.
I don't want to forget, we have a young man that's going to be playing in the tournament that plays for Butler.
Okay.
His name is Ethan Morton, the number 50th ranked sophomore in the United States. He was invited in October to try out for the USA Basketball Men's Junior National Team. Out of the entire country, they only invite 54 players.
And you got it.
And he's going to be playing in our tournament. I'm as excited about him as when we had Micah Mason, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he lit that place up for 49 points in one game.
Listen, let's also give the Golden Dome and the Community College a whole lot of credit. This is a great venue.
Oh, tremendous. And they take great care of us, too, while we're there. We've always loved coming back there. What I like to see is when the place is so filled. We had a game a couple years ago, Lincoln Park and Newcastle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you couldn't get in the building. They ran out, it was the first time they ran out of tickets to sell. They were reusing stubs because they had so many people coming in. That's what we want to see. People were jammed into the corners, into the rafters. I mean, we've had some great rivalries. Brings to mind Hopewell and Aliquippa when Posderick played. I mean, just entire communities come out. It's tremendous.
Now the women, Aliquippa, Central Valley, Freedom, and Quigley will be participating.
Yeah, they'll start. They start in the morning on Friday the 29th. The first game's at 11:30 a.m. There's a 1 o'clock game, Central Valley and Aliquippa, and then they'll have the playoff the next day in the morning for the championship.
The great Dan D'Antonio, counselor at law, but of course we love him for a number of reasons, but especially the CJ Betters Holiday Basketball Classic. That will be happening December 29th and 30th at the Community College Golden Dome, right here in Beaver County, the home of your Brighton Hot Dog Shop in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Thank you, sir.
Rob, thank you.
Good night.